What is going on, everyone? So we got a couple things going on today, and we are going to start off with a package I got from Japan that just came in, and here they are. We got the Croziers. I don't know how to say it, to be honest. We got those speakers. This is the deck lid for the S14. So these light up in like a cool neon green almost. These are from like the early 90s, and they actually aren't cheap at all, especially to ship. And I have another set actually coming tomorrow, but they're Kenwood ones for the Chaser. But yeah, I won the bid on these on Yahoo Auctions Japan and had them sent over here, and we're going to start fitting them up. I got the other one all apart over here, just getting it tidied up as much as I can. And yeah, we're gonna have to modify the rear lid a little bit for them to sit proper, but yeah, it looks really cool. I'm not sure if the light setup on there, like DJs, they light up when he turns the lights on, and then they light up even brighter when he hits the brakes. I'm not sure if mine do that. They might just light up when you put the lights on, but we'll find out. I might be able to modify it to make it, you know, light up brighter when you hit the brakes. That would be really cool. But we got that going on. We're not going to install this today, but I just got this in as well. This actually came from the UK, and it's just the start of the setup that I am building for the Land Cruiser. So this is a complete setup, and it's really high quality. I love it. This is an HKS, pretty vintage HKS exhaust gas temperature gauge. Definitely needed for a diesel. Highly recommended. And it's just like super high quality. You could tell just by like holding it and feeling it. But yeah, HKS EGT in 60mm. There's the probe for it. Has all the wiring harness. And I also have a 60mm HKS water temp gauge that I bought. But I had bought that way before this from a seller in Canada, and it still hasn't showed up. And this came from the UK, and it came quicker. So it's been like a month and I haven't received it yet. So that could be a problem. Now I just got to work on getting a 60mm HKS boost gauge as well. So those are the only 3 gauges I'm going to run. Water temp, because that's pretty important on the 1KZ engines. Exhaust temp gauge and boost gauge. And I want all 3 HKS and all in 60mm. I think that'll be a really cool period correct setup. And it will just keep things on the safe side. So that's another thing we got in. But today, the one project we are working on is I got a harness, a radio harness for the Chaser. So I'm gonna just try and change the radio in the Chaser, something light today, and see how it works out. By the way, finally getting the S14 all dialed in, and video does not do it justice. The wheels actually look really good. You can't really tell in black, but they look really good. The car is coming out awesome, and it's sitting right. Definitely looks mean. This is how an S14 is supposed to look. Just got a nice little new toy for the shop. It will definitely help us on our projects in the future. All the boys are probably going to end up coming over later, but I'm rolling solo for now. And the big brown UPS truck just came. It's like Christmas. What we have here is a new welder. This is the same welder that Dagnell has, and he highly recommended it. The welds look great. Everything is automated on it, so it looks awesome. And it's another big one from Japan. So this is another package of parts that I bought off Bai, which is basically a service to use Yahoo Auctions Japan. And you get the parts for pretty cheap, but they don't let you know the shipping prices before you buy them. You gotta buy them and then they tell you shipping prices. And shipping prices are not cheap. So this box, I had consolidated 3 purchases to try and save on shipping. And it was $230 to ship this. So any savings I got on the parts went right into shipping. But let's see what we have in here. A white face S14 Zenki cluster. So I bought this basically just for parts because I want some of the white faces. So the cluster that is in my S14 is a black face, and it doesn't work right. Everything works except for the speedometer. You'll be just cruising out of the parking lot or out of the garage, and it says you're doing 40 kilometers an hour. And then when you're on the road, it'll go up to 60, and then it will just stay at 60. So the speedometer itself is messed up in that one. Now, I had bought this one, and I was going to use just the speedometer setup out of it. However, I also bought, I think I might have told you guys about it, a Nismo 260 cluster that got lost by EMS. However, I just got news that they found it. So apparently it's on its way to me. So I have that, and I also have just the speedometer units of another Nismo 260 and an HKS 260. So I have a ton of clusters, but those are, like I said, are just the speedometer units. I have no desire to run this red backing. So as of now, I'll have 2 complete clusters if we count my Nismo one that's coming in. 3 if we count my Nismo one. But 2 that are actually runnable. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take parts from this one and I'm going to put them with my car. So that way we have at least 1 working cluster until other ones come in. And then we'll get my Nismo 260 all set and we'll put that in there. I also, for some reason, bought a white temperature gauge that I have sitting around too. I don't know why I bought it, but I paid like $20 for it. So that's number 1 out of the box. Number 2 coming out of the box. Lots of bubble wrap. A vintage Tomei steering wheel. Thought it was pretty cool. Won the bid on it. It's got a couple little marks on the top. Didn't really even notice that. But it is very old. Okay, in the last box inside the box, another set of speakers. Rear speakers that look like they are all cracked inside. Old and cracked. So these are going to need replacement speakers on the inside as well. They look cool sitting in the back of the cars, but they go for way too much money, these things. I forgot what I paid for them. Probably like 70 bucks and then another 70 to fucking ship them. And the speaker's all cracked, which you could not see in the Japanese auction. But yeah, we got some Kenwood speakers that sit in the back shelf and you see them through the rear window. So they look really cool, super JDM shit. That was a pretty expensive box for some mediocre shit. But everything's expensive over there now. It's crazy, and I'm, you know, buying it on Yahoo Japan, so it's not even like I'm getting the American upcharge. That's the price these things are going for over there. And even with all these speakers, I must have bid on 15 sets before I won these 2 sets, because they were going for buco bucks, like 150 bucks a pair plus shipping. And I think I paid 70 each pair of these ones, but they both ended up having shit speakers in them. It is what it is. Today we got a couple things going on. So we got the new Chaser up on the lift, and we're gonna do a coilover install. Sorry for the mess. That's another thing we're gonna do today, is clean this bench off because it's a pigsty in here. It's just project after project, and this is how it ends up. But this car is just so clean. Like, I did not restore these headlights to the original Toyota headlights. This bumper does not look like it's ever been resprayed. It's just such a clean car. I guess that's what you get when you buy a grade 4.5 car in Japan. Literally the only damage on the whole car is on the bumper. We got, you can't even see it, a little bit of paint chip on the back bumper lower part. But that is literally it. The rest of the car is mint. It's still dirty, so you got like these, like this staining here. But once you get to detail, all that will be gone. I got my helper with me today. Oh, birthday girl. What is it? You got my 10mm? So the coilovers we got are the Mono SS, which I was a hater for quite some time. Like, oh, I wouldn't run that crap in my car. Then I got a set for my BMW E36, the silver one, and I took those apart. And my right-hand drive BMW has BCs, and I had that apart, and I put them next to each other, and all of the safety marks and stickers and all that was all identical. So all the parts were identical. They're transferable from one to another, even to the top dampening adjustment. Same exact knob, just in a different color. They come out of the same factory as BC's for $400 or $500 less. They ride exactly the same. I have, like I said, one set in one E36 and the BC's in my other E36, and the ride is exactly the same. So just buy the cheaper ones from now on. We'll see how these, and it's to the fact that it's one of the only coils readily available in the US. So I got them in like 3 days. They were less than $700. I think they were $670. You can't beat that for coils. You know, BCs are going to be about $1,200 these days. So for about half the price, you're getting the exact same coil. Some people say the quality control is a little different, but I have not had any problems with them. So we'll see how they ride on the X100 chassis. I think they're going to be just fine. To be 100%, I got my Sylvia S14 with a big dollar HKS setup on there. And at this point, I'd rather have the $600 coilovers because my BMW rides like a cloud. And the HKSs are noisy and just not confidence inspiring. So, you okay, Bubs? Yeah, is that funny? So, yeah, I wish I totally just got a set of Mono SS for the S14. We'll see what's going to happen. I just bought another car in Japan too. That's going to be a fun build when that comes in. And we'll probably get a set for that as well. Well, that's about it for this unboxing video. Yeah, some of the stuff we got from Japan, not so exciting. Overpriced junk, but that's what happens when you buy stuff from the other side of the world. It's kind of been like 1 for 4, I'd say. Not doing too well on those odds. So be careful buying on Yahoo Japan. Make sure you know what you're getting or you're aware of the risks. But that's about it. Give me a like, comment, and subscribe, and look out for the next video. It's coming up soon. Peace.